Hello. Okay, hang on. I have to make sure I'm streaming in both places. think I think we're good. I think we're live. Hi. I'm Talien here with this week's Speedpaint Sunday. In case anyone missed the announcement, I am joining VTubers Against ICE, which is a fundraiser raising money for the ACLU. So you can check out the donation link I've put in it should be up in both chats and pinned. Um, I'm not sure how to put the the donation incentive description on Twitch, so you guys don't get that. But if you just click on the link, you can see all the incentives and stuff there. One of the rewards is getting a speed paint commission. So if you like these speed paints, you can request your own. So that is $10. If you donate to the fundraiser, I'll do a speed paint for you. So, hopefully some of you might be interested in that. Of course, I don't want people to feel, pressure to donate more than they can afford. Please don't feel bad if you can't donate or anything like that. It's just, if you can, it would be really appreciated. So, yeah, I guess let's get started on today's little landscape here. This is kind of the main focal point. And as always, when there is something, whoops, that's kind of the big focus, I definitely have a tendency to draw it too big, and I can already see that this was just too high. It needs to be lower down. It's like maybe here is the stopping point. Something like this. That's probably too big this way too. Uh-oh. Not the pen acting up again. That probably needs to be higher. Oh geez, I probably should try to replace this pen. Also, my network seems to be acting up too. Uh-oh. That's lovely. It's gonna be scuff stream, isn't it? This is entirely wrong. Don't do that. I love that I start this stream and immediately everything is going wrong. Love when that happens. Is this correct? I feel like this is not correct. Just stop doing that. I swear to God. So if I use this as kind of a marker, I can see that it's way off. Like here it's hitting kind of at the midpoint. I'm trying to get the word cool out of my vocabulary. I feel like that would be kind of difficult. Whereas in this one, it's kind of hitting near the top. So, oh, I literally marked the top of this and then didn't use it. What am I doing? I might be a little bit frazzled today because I was just been kind of scrambling to get the fundraiser stuff sorted out. Hello, radio. Okay, what am I doing? This seems totally, out of proportion. I can't even words today. This stream is already just off to an incredible start. The pen isn't working. I can't talk. Everything is out of proportion and nothing is working. Yes, I'm doing a fundraiser. So there's some more details in the description. Um, and there's a fundraising link so you can check out. There's various incentives. Uh, Radio, I believe you're not American, so maybe the issue is less personal or close to you, but we're fundraising to protect civil liberties in America, to raise some money for the ACLU, which is basically a legal organization that uh does a whole lot of different stuff to block the random crazy shit that's happening around us right now. And as I mentioned at the start, one of the donation incentives is getting a speed paint commission. So if anyone wants one of those. The pen is still not working, by the way. I hope it works when I'm doing commissions, because that would be very upsetting. Oh, I really do need to try to replace this thing, probably. Come on. Are we really doing this? Oh, this is such a mess. The struggles of being European. I mean, hopefully you guys are doing better than we are. Uh, I feel like there's nonsense happening all over the world, but we're like, I don't know if I would say we're particularly on fire, but we're very much on fire. And now you guys get to watch me sitting in front of a blank canvas and not doing anything. Am I gonna have to try to resort to mouse again? I feel like that has worked very, very badly the times that I've tried it. Like, it definitely is possible to make really amazing art with a mouse, but I don't have any practice doing that, so it's not possible for me right now. We've been cooked for a while over here. Yeah, sorry to hear it. It's, yeah. Fire is the only way to unite people to change things. Yeah, that is unfortunately really true. Like, I feel like the the problem is there are a lot of people who actually believe in the bullshit, and like if the bullshit goes through and harms people and we can prove that it's bullshit, then that might change their minds. But if we actually like fight and win and get some of the bullshit repealed, then those people are still going to be set in their beliefs, and they're still going to keep trying to do it forever and ever until it actually hurts someone. I mean, obviously right now it is hurting a lot of people already, but yeah, a lot of these people just won't realize it until it really blows up in their face. And that's really tragic. And I really hope it doesn't get to that, but that's how it is sometimes. Awareness is better than nothing, yeah. Recently I've started drawing. I want to start animating too. Any suggestions? I am probably not the person to ask about that. I don't know a lot about animation. I've done a little bit of animation here and there, but I'm far from an expert. I honestly I would start by just like looking up tutorials online, because I know there are a lot of amazing animators out there who have put out a lot of resources in terms of, you know, basic principles of animation and what kind of software is the best to use. Oh, pen is back. Finally. Okay. Sorry, I might get kind of distracted from talking because I want to actually draw, and it's very hard to draw and talk at the same time. Why do I feel like the proportions on this are just not getting any better? Why does it look so bad? I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now, I guess. Uh, yep. I'm a little bit worried that what happened might be that is my canvas like the wrong proportions maybe? Um, I love your drawings. Thank you. I'm not sure how to parse your previous statement. I I think you mean to say that you almost came to some of my live streams? Um, yeah, this one is not going so well right now. Uh, Gotta hurry and try to get as much of it done as I can while the pen is still working. Mm, is this right? I'm meant taking most of the time. Oh, you mean you've been hanging out and just kind of lurking in the streams? Well, thank you for enjoying my live streams. I appreciate that. Even if you don't uh post or chat or anything, I still appreciate you coming by and enjoying my art. This is not right either. What am I doing? What am I doing? Sort of like that, maybe. I think this just needs to be lower. Should we initiate panic mode earlier? We might have to. Okay, I think that's better. Um, okay, this is just a little bit off. Okay, okay, I think we're getting there. It's getting better. I have a full-on archive of layouts from shows for like animation purposes. Okay, there we go. See, this is not lining up right. I hate when this happens, when I'm trying to do stuff and it just does not line up correctly. Because there clearly needs to be more space in between this cloud and this rock. Hmm. You don't like when others give you suggestions on your drawing while you're drawing, so most of them hate it. Um, yeah, generally that can be pretty annoying. Especially since, like, if a drawing is a work in progress, like, a lot of the times I'll have a plan for, like, what I want to do with it. Um, and so people just jumping in with suggestions is just not helping, because most of the time I was probably planning to do something about it anyway. If I get stuck on something and I'm like, this is not right, but I don't know why, then that's fine. I guess if you mean specifically for this case, like you have some idea for how to fix my wrong proportions, then honestly, I would be down for that if you want to give me a suggestion. If you notice specifically where I went wrong, you may tell me. That's okay. Oops. Please don't call me sissy, by the way. What was the first drawing app you used? I mean, I don't know. When I was like getting kind of more serious about drawing, I started using Photoshop. I think it was Photoshop CS3 specifically. Um, I also had Corel Painter. Um, I used Psy for a long time. That used to be really big. Uh, yeah, nowadays I use Clip Studio Paint. Okay, I think that's a good starting point. Oh no, have I been doing... Okay, I've been doing a little bit of it on the wrong layer, but not too much. It's okay. Yeah, no worries. I don't mind. Well, okay, I don't mind the questions, but I think I need to warn you that when I'm drawing, a lot of the time it just takes a lot of my concentration. So I'm not very good at answering questions while I'm drawing, okay? Just to warn you. Okay. So, the fun thing about this one is that it has a lot of strong yellow-orange colors and a lot of strong purple colors. So there's a big contrast there. And it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to do that in a way that they don't accidentally blend together. So, I guess let's do the usual and start with the sky first. Hmm. Even the sky has a lot of interesting lighting going on here because it's kind of blue, but then there's these pinks and purples coming in from the top. What blue do we want to start with? The sky has a red shade too, right? Yeah, there's especially up here, there's this like pink. It almost looks like, well, I think these are actually just clouds that have some pink glow on them, but it almost looks like a lens flare. And here too, this like light filtering through the gap in the rocks. Some very interesting stuff going on here. Oh boy, that's way too dark. Mm. Okay, we'll start with that and go from there. Hmm. So it's interesting because this strip right here, I think is actually just mountains in the distance, but it looks so similar to the sky color. Ooh, okay, what do we do? How do we do this? Get some light colors there. That's the exact color you picked. Yeah, thank you. Oops. Oh my gosh, do not do that. That's not what I was trying to do. That is very much not what I was trying to do. Oh my gosh. Uh, okay. It's very annoying with this timed challenge that I really can't spend too much time trial and erroring the different colors. Sometimes I just have to pick something and pray that it works. Okay, so that's that. Then we need to get more into these purples. Is that a good enough purple? That actually looks very close. Let's smooth that out. Don't do that. Why does it? Uh, feel like it needs more of the purple. And then maybe do a little bit of... And first draw a rough sketch layer and then do a precise line drawing layer. Usually when I do a drawing, I do that. But in this case, because it's a speed paint, there is no precise line drawing layer. It's all rough. No, that's not it. It needs lighter, I think. And maybe even pinker. Ooh, I like that. I feel like it's too light though. It needs a little bit of pop. So let's just take something like this and just kind of like that. And then maybe just very, very softly put a little bit of that on this side too. Okay. I feel like this actually stands out a little bit too much. Maybe let's blend it in just a smidge. Like that. That looks pretty perfect. And now it's cloud time. I think maybe let's start with just literally a white. Why is it? I clicked the wrong thing. Although honestly, maybe that kind of brush would be good for that. I should try to play around more with different brushes. That's a start, and then maybe let's take some of our purple. That's too harsh. Let's take something like that. And then while we're doing the clouds, let's also do the cloud that's over on this side. How did you get into drawing? I don't know. I've kind of always been a little bit into it. Like I always enjoyed, elementary school art classes and whatnot. Um and then I think I got more into it with like anime and stuff, just kind of doing like I would trace, I think the box art covers from Sailor Moon and stuff. So just kind of I don't know. It's just something I've been doing for a long time. I also just like did art classes even outside of school for a lot of my childhood. Okay. I think that's going to be enough for the clouds for now. Oh my gosh, we're almost halfway through and we've only done the sky. That's bad. Do you pick references from Pinterest? No, these are actually from Genshin Impact. I get sometimes I get screenshots, but a lot of the time it has like a built-in feature for waypoints where it gives you like a gallery of the kind of main landmarks and stuff. So I just pull from those usually. Okay, let's see how rapid fire we can put in some of this other background stuff, because we are not doing well on time. It might be time to initiate early panic mode. Which would be a real shame to be rushed on this one, because I really like this this particular landscape. I think it has some really, really cool colors. I think that might be okay. There are definitely parts that are more purple and parts that are more red. Like your character, she looks calm and like a strict teacher. Thank you. I think we need more purpley, more like a darker kind of purpley color. And then get some more reddish color. No, even more. That's maybe excessive. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of what I want. Your avatar is awesome and fits her personality so well. It's really nice. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. I think my vibe when drawing this avatar was basically looks like they could be a yoga instructor or something. Um, I think this area just needs to be more bluish and kind of blend into the sky a little bit more, you know? I need to go lighter. Shade with that color a little bit too. Okay. We definitely need some darker colors in there too, but also I don't want to get too carried away with it because there's still so much to cover. I think a light ray is also coming up from in the right side of the reference. Yeah, so there is this light here. I kind of tried to put it in here. I think if I do put that in, it's going to be towards the end of the the drawing session, just because I don't think I'm really going to have time to put in details like that. These kind of stripy rock strata are always really fun to do. I think we need to go darker on some of them. Okay, I'm gonna give myself like another minute or two to work on this part, and then we really need to put in the central parts. And yeah, this area got way too purpley. I need to get more of the reddish color in there for sure. Even more, really. I do love doing this kind of texture. Unfortunately, I don't really have the time for it right now. Okay, just really quick, just trying to get in a little bit more of the purples and stuff in here. And then I would want to go in again with some of the lighter highlight colors, get some of the lighter stripes. Okay, I think that's going to be all I can do for now. I really need to get in um the other parts of this. We need some kind of yellow. Um like an orangey golden sort of yellow. Not quite what I want, but maybe that's a good start. Let's start with that. I think some of these shadows, I think the shadows basically go the kind of medium shadows are warm, but the really deep shadows are very cool, which is really fun to see, but is going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. I'm just gonna go in like this. And let's see. Kind of like that, I guess. So in theory, this area should later be covered up by these trees, but who knows when I'm gonna have time to put those in. And also this area, I don't know how well you can see in the picture, but there's some water here. That's just reflecting a little bit of the blue from the sky, but mostly it's pretty clear. Um, oh man, how do I do these bits? These definitely have the biggest blend of that orangey and purpley color. So they're gonna be a little bit of a struggle. Oh my gosh, what is my voice doing? Okay, let's start with a purple. Okay, we can do that. And then maybe go in with the orange on top of the purple. That's kind of getting lost a little bit too much, I think. Um, well, we also have this color, so we can use that for, there we go. That's much better. That is better. Um, that is so fun, just seeing the mix of those purples and yellows. I really like that. Um, let's get that in here as well. See if we can kind of leave that little gap there. Um, Underneath this rock, I definitely need to put more of a heavy purple shadow. Um, but we might have to do that later. And then I think we'll do that to the back here too. Just kind of start with the purple and then just blend it in with some of the yellows and stuff. Dang, that came together surprisingly quickly. Let's you know what? I think this orangey bit can go straight on this layer. Oh, that's too orange. Maybe good for this part. It'll need to be deeper eventually, but for now. Um, okay. Is that too much? That's maybe too much. Can I like blend it with the other one a little bit? No, you know what? I'm undoing that. That's too much. Hmm. Almost done? I wouldn't say we're almost done, but I do think we're making good progress. Oops. There we go. That's a good color, I think. And then we can get a nice little border here that's just really, really nice and saturated. It should more or less sort of kind of line up with the top of this. It's 2 at 7 a.m. going to sleep. Yeah, you should go to sleep. Good luck with the drawing. Thanks so much. And then can we just kind of gently brush in a little bit of the purple in here for some more of that. I think it needs to go deeper. Maybe get one of these. These are probably too much. Something like that, maybe? Sort of like that. That'll do. And then put some of this in there too. That's not doing it. I think maybe if we blend in some of this, that'll do the trick. This shadow just doesn't look nearly deep enough. That's somewhat better, maybe. But I can't spend too much time on it. I have to remember my time. Remember that I only have 20 minutes left, and I still haven't started on the actual, like, focal point. We really need to get that in. That's important. But man, I really want to get this in well, you know? It's just, I want it. I want it to look nice. Okay, I think I have to stop doing that right now. Um, let's see if we can do kind of a basic thing of this spire thingamabob in the middle in 10 minutes. And then if we have time after, we'll have the last 10 minutes to polish various stuff. Also, looking at this now, I feel like I made these way too dark. They need to be much more faded. I'm gonna try to do that real quick. Just replace my purple with just a paler purple. That should do it, right? Just do a pale purple. And then I can use that dark purple for the dark bits. Not ideal, but I think it'll do. Okay, no, we really need the thing in the middle. That's the most important part. So, let's see. I think at the top there we can start with like a light pinkish purple sort of color. Like that, maybe? And honestly, it being a little bit scraggly looking is fine because it does have all these like details and stuff up there. Um, that color is actually surprisingly pretty accurate. So this actually looks great, in my opinion. We need some... Is this yellow gonna work? That's too bright, I think. Maybe if we use something like this. That's too dark. Something kind of in between. Something like this, maybe. Not perfect, but maybe it'll do. I think maybe if I take a bigger one and just put it in a little bit more gently. There we go. I think that's working. Whew. Okay. But now how do we get in this whole shape? There's like a whole shape happening here. And I feel like my sketch made its proportions a little bit wonky. So, let's put it in like that for now. And then I think maybe we need a darker something like that we can use to put in details. Is that okay? Mm. Hmm. Don't love that. There's also kind of a shadow behind it that I would like to put in as well. But kind of try not to get it too mixed up with the thing itself. Um, hmm. We regained the initial time loss? Yeah, I think we're actually doing surprisingly well on time. I'm a little bit shocked. There's just so many little, like, spikes and stuff in here that it's gonna be hard to really do them justice. Mm. See, I can immediately see that this is not lined up correctly. Like, this doorway should be over here. So that's too bad. I mean, that I can actually move without too much trouble. It's pretty tricky to try to balance out the parts of the shadow that are more orangey and the parts that are more purpley. I feel like there's kind of a mix of both. Hmm. Hmm. Dedicate why I always lean in and squint when I can zoom in. Yeah, I do that too. Though, I guess in my case, I also am like trying to keep the entire thing in frame. Um, hmm. Is that good enough for this thing? I feel like it looks really rough and not very good, but you know what I need? I need some more highlights. I don't know if that's really helping. I think this part is still too bright. Hmm. Okay, well, we are about 10 minutes from done, and there's definitely a lot that I still want to add, so I think I'm gonna go in for that. Let's start with some of the trees, I think. Um, the ones over here in this weird shadow place are a little bit trickier, I think. Let's try to just put them in with the same color. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of cooler toned. Oh, I think we might need those on a separate layer. At least 5 trees, 10 minutes left. You can do it. I will do it. It'll be fine. Um, oh boy. Yeah, that's definitely not the right color when I'm not mixing it in with other stuff. This is, hmm. Oh, because I have these kind of on the same layer. You know what? I'm gonna just put this on this layer, I think. Maybe not ideal, but these are some funky looking trees. That came out really weird, but yeah, you know what? Let's fix that. Definitely need some more stuff happening on this tree. Let's see. Let's try to put some shadows on these trees. Okay. We've got some trees. Let's try to put in some leaves on these trees. I don't know what color the leaves should be. That's maybe a little excessive, but let's get some more shadowy bits in there. There's definitely a lot of like light coming through these leaves, which is very nice, but I don't really have time to do it justice, but we'll try. See how tiny I can make this brush. We have like 5 minutes left. Uh-oh. We're not quite going panic mode, but pretty close, I think. Okay, there's that. I think the main thing we need to do is more stuff in here. All right. Uh, oh, you know what? There's more trees to be had. Mostly I just want to put these in because there's some kind of shadows from them. It's okay for these to be a little bit more more faded out. This brush, let's get some, or maybe I should have used the hard brush. Maybe I should have used the hard brush. We've got shadows from this. We've got the shadow of this. Let's make it, I think I want that to be a little bit more saturated. Put in some, like, some orange shadow in there too. Yeah, just get some more of those oranges in there, just for some variety, I guess. Um, some more purpley shadows in there. 5 trees done in 6 minutes. Yeah, trees are pretty fast. Ah, let's not try not to blend the trees into everything else. Maybe do some of this kind of stuff. Just get some more texture on this. I guess this isn't sand here. This is just like yellow grass. And then let's see if we can put some water in. Like that. And then let's actually take this brush and make it small and put the edge of the water in like that. And maybe a little bit in here. Try to add some like shimmer to it with really small brush strokes. Maybe put some more of the blue in this kind of the shadow of the tower here. I don't know if that's really coming through very well, but it is what it is. All right, let's see. What else do we need to do? Do we maybe have time to put some more texture in these rocks? Because I would really like to do that. Oh, and I would really like to put in this ray of light in here too. But we're kind of out of time, aren't we? Yeah, I think that's time, probably. Oh, it's technically still 4:59, but I feel like I don't have the time to like start anything. Unless maybe I just do a real quick like oops. Not that. Maybe one of these. Like that, and then gently kind of fade it out on one side. Like that. It's kind of at the wrong angle though. You know what? I think we can do it. I think we can make this work. There we go. That worked surprisingly well. And you know what? While we're finishing up, let's just real quick get that one little strip of cloud. It's just bothering me a little bit. There we go. It's not in the right place, but it's fine. All right. I definitely think the structure is the weakest part of this by far, which is not surprising. That's always a struggle. I do like to do these kinds of stripy rocks and stuff. That's a lot of fun. Why is there's like a little sketch line here. Where did that come from? I accidentally drew it on top of there. That's unfortunate. Oh, but you know what? I can fix that. Wait, hang on. I can fix that. Where's my reference? I can replace the reference. Well, you know what? I can do that off stream. It's not a big deal. Yeah, not too bad. These colors are super fun to work with. Just the combination of the yellows and the purples, and the way they sort of blend into each other is always super fun. But yeah, thanks so much for being here. Also, I just saw that we had a donation, so thank you so much to whoever donated. I actually haven't super sorted out how to do rewards, so I guess did someone donate for the speed paint reward? Oh, it's 10. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you want a what's it? It actually doesn't list you as the speed paint commission incentive, so I'm not sure if you intended to claim that. But yeah, if you do, then I guess you can contact me either on YouTube or through my socials. I have them linked in places. So yeah, if you want to speed paint, let me know. All right. Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for joining. I tried making a donut, but it wouldn't let me. Huh. Did it tell you what was wrong? That's odd. Yeah, I don't know. Well, if you're having trouble, maybe issues with PayPal. Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure, but yeah, if you're having issues, maybe you can try to contact me offline, and I'll see if I can sort something out. Didn't open it at all. It got stuck in a loop. Huh. Weird. I'll look into that, see if maybe there's some kind of known issue with Tiltify or something. But yeah. Still, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Cool. And thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was fun. We had a bad start, but surprisingly didn't end up in panic mode at the end. So that went unexpectedly well. All right. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.